Hello board game brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode where I'll be letting you know of Kickstarters launching this week. I'm going to change a couple things up this week. I'm going to try putting all the giveaways at the end of the video. We've tried them at the start, we've tried them scattered throughout the video, but I'd like to try this last method and see what you guys think. If you like this more or less than some of the other ways that we've tried, please leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll try to pick the one that I think that you guys like the most. And with that said, let's get into the Kickstarters. And the first campaign launches on November 1st, and it's called Welcome to Sysifus, Corp. And it plays 2 to 4 players and takes about 30 to 75 minutes to play. And this is a competitive game where you'll be racing around the office trying to suck up to the different bosses and be the first to make it back to the performance review tile. This game uses tile placement as you're going to be placing project cards to build your career path. The path you choose is completely up to you, but be careful because any cards you put down can also be used by your fellow employees. You'll be able to use politics cards to help advance your own career goals and try to sabotage those around you. The more of these cards you play, the more you can advance your career, so you're going to want to chain together as many of these cards as possible to create some elaborate schemes. Players are going to be limited in the actions that they can take based on the amount of work hours they have available, and players are also going to be spending their influence in order to play the different politics cards. The first player to visit all 3 bosses and make it back to the performance review tile wins the game. Also on November 1st, we have the Scourge of the Seas, and this plays 2 to 6 players, and I don't have a whole lot more info on this one because there's no Board Game Geek page, but you're going to be gathering your crew, sinking ships, destroying sea forts, and killing sea monsters. Each player is going to be a captain with their own ship, and you're all going to be competing to get the most treasure and the most fame. And if you run into any other players out on the open sea, expect to be dishing out some damage or dragging your ship back to port to complete some repairs. Also on the first, we have an expansion for Book It, the pro wrestling card game, and this expansion is called the Guerrilla expansion. And the original game is a deck building game where you're competing against the other players to become the best pro wrestling company. And this expansion adds 70 new cards and a brand new mechanic, the production cards. And with this expansion, you'll be working towards hidden objectives that will boost your bankroll, reputation, or give you other helpful bonuses throughout the game. Launching on November 2nd, we have 𝗚𝗺, and this plays 2 players and takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play. And this is a competitive family weight game where you're going to be navigating through the heart of the Andes Mountains with your loyal llamas. There's 2 types of llamas in the game, and depending on their color, they can either navigate through the mountains or through the plains. The map's going to be built up from 54 very nice double-leveled tiles, where the mountainous portions of the tiles are actually thicker than the valley portions. These tiles are going to be constantly changing and rotating, opening up new paths to the hidden villages throughout the mountains. Visiting the different villages will grant you their respective resources, and you'll also be able to sell resources to the villagers based on their demand, and you'll want to earn enough profit to be able to create your own traditional clothing using the 7 natural dyes to win the game. This game features mechanisms like a hexagon grid, map deformation, a modular board, network and route building, pick up and deliver, point-to-point movement, and tile placement. All of the components for this game look very premium, including the board and tiles. And the game also contains an exclusive handmade fabric bag from Bolivia and Peru, which supports the local communities in those locations. And this one's going to be my pick of the week. And I have a lot of different reasons why I make certain picks. And this is a bit of a shorter week, so I don't have as many options to choose from. But I think this one still gives me a lot of great reasons to make it my pick of the week. And the main thing that really stands out to me while looking over this game is that it really seems like they're taking a lot of care in every decision that they're making with this game. Each component for this game looks like it was designed with the intent to make the best experience possible. The outer perimeter all snaps together with puzzle pieces, so you're not going to have all your tiles floating around while you play the game. And every piece of cardboard in this game is made from super thick material that you're never going to find in any other board game. This board actually has some recessed locations so that all the different components can just fit in and everything seems to have a spot. And even the llamas are designed so that they can carry around the different resources. As much as I appreciate seeing the same artists across different board games, I also do acknowledge that there's a ton of great artists out there that aren't getting much of a spotlight. So I really like that this publisher chose to go with an artist that has not been exposed to board gaming, but has a really nice portfolio. There's definitely a lot of talent out there, and I believe that the reason that this publisher went with that artist is because she has a portfolio that really represents the sort of theme that they want to bring out in their game. And going this route not only brings in a fresh new style, but also a specialist in the type of artwork that the publisher is looking for. Once again, I think this approach shows just how much thought and care the publishers had put into their decisions. This game doesn't have any threads in the forums tab or much ratings in the ratings tab on BGG, so I really wish that there was more to go on in those areas, so unfortunately I can't really speak too much to the gameplay. But with everything I'm seeing so far, this is definitely one to keep an eye on and worth checking out once the Kickstarter launches. Also on the 2nd, we have Battlescars, and this plays 2 to 4 players and takes about 60 to 180 minutes to play. And Battlescars is a fast-paced strategy board game where players are going to be building a ship, recruiting an operator, and selecting hot swappable equipment to adjust during combat situations. This game uses mechanisms like auction and bidding, dice rolling, hand management, a modular board, point-to-point movement, and variable player powers. The first player to reach 7 victory points wins the game. And the next campaign launches on November 3rd, and this one's actually an expansion for the game Atlantis Rising, and it's called Atlantis Rising Monstrosities. And this plays 1 to 7 players and takes about 60 to 120 minutes to play. And if you haven't played Atlantis Rising, it's a really fun and difficult cooperative board game that uses primarily worker placement, as players are trying to work together to create a portal to save Atlantis before it sinks into the ocean. This expansion is going to add some monsters and gods that can help or hinder your efforts to save the civilization. And these are going to be added to the game in the form of some new challenges, and one of them is going to be the Medusa Unleashed challenge, where Medusa is going to be turning the different Atlanteans into stone, and it's going to be up to you to try and break her curse and recruit her to your side. There's also the Harpy's Lair challenge, where 3 monstrous birds are going to be stealing your resources and workers, and you're going to have to defeat the Harpies to win back the treasure found in their lair. There's also another challenge that they haven't disclosed, so if you want to know more about that, make sure to check out their Kickstarter. Also on the 3rd, we have Star Scrappers Orbital, and this plays 1 to 5 players and takes about 30 to 90 minutes to play. And this game's designed by the same designer who created Terraforming Mars, and this is based on his Space Station card game, which has been mechanically streamlined and updated and rethemed to fit the Star Scrappers universe. You're going to be gaining money to pay for some new modules, and you're going to be earning crew in order to gain some new special abilities. During a round, players are going to be doing actions such as building, using module actions, playing event cards, repairing, or passing. When everyone passes, the year ends and the victory points are awarded. This game uses mechanisms like hand management, pattern building, and worker placement, and at the end of the 5th round, the player with the most victory points wins the game. On November 4th, there's going to be a relaunch for the game SeaRovers, and this plays 1 to 4 players and takes about 60 to 180 minutes to play. And this is a historically accurate game that recreates the stories of pirates that roamed the Spanish Main. This game combines card play, hand management, dice-based combat, and pick up and deliver. This is all brought together with a hex-based map that features locations from actual pirate attacks. And on November 5th, I have it noted down that the Harry Potter's Miniatures Adventure game is going to be launching a Kickstarter. I don't really have any more info on this one, so mentioning it is about all I can do right now. I do these videos every week, and I do it all for free for every publisher. So if you like this sort of content and you'd like to help out the channel, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button because it really helps the channel grow. Also consider checking out my Patreon page in the description below. It's really the best way to help the channel, and there's a few nice perks that you can get by signing up. And if you'd like to help out the channel but still get something nice for yourself, make sure to check out kickstartedgames.com because they have a wide selection of board games that you can go ahead and purchase. And they also buy games if you're looking to downsize your collection. They also do a board game giveaway each month that they draw randomly from their newsletter subscribers. So definitely sign up to their newsletter so you can get entered into those contests. And speaking of giveaways, I also have a few to offer, and the first one is going to be Endless Winter Paleoamericans. And this is a competitive Euro game that combines worker placement and deck building, and players are going to be competing against each other to build up their tribes over several generations. Over the course of the game, players are going to be migrating their tribes to new lands, establishing new traditions, and hunting and building structures. There's many paths to victory, and over 4 rounds, the player with the most victory points wins the game. And this giveaway is going to be for the Pathfinder Pledge, which includes the deluxe edition of the game, along with the Ancestors expansion, the Canine Familiars module, and all unlocked stretch goals. And to enter this giveaway, all you have to do is let me know what you would do to pass the time in an endless winter. With your comment, also leave the hashtag #endlesswinter. I know for me, I love fishing and I love food, so ice fishing is going to be top of my list. And speaking of fish, the next giveaway we have is the Mariana Trench. And this is a game where players are deep sea researchers guiding their submarines through the trench floor to find mysterious and amazing sea creatures. Players will be alternating turns, moving their submarine, getting upgrades, and gaining research. Players will then try to get that research back to their research ship, but you'll have to be careful because some of these aggressive sea creatures might not want you to leave the trench so soon. And this giveaway is going to be for the Mariana Trench Game Pledge, which comes with the core game and all stretch goals. And to enter this giveaway, all you have to do is tell me anything related to the sea. With your comment for this one, also leave the hashtag Mariana Trench. And the next giveaway we have is for a game called Bad Boss 2, and this is a take that party game where players are going to be competing to work their way up the corporate ladder. You'll be trying to gain the most points by collecting pairs of cards, but you'll also be screwing over your fellow employees by playing your arse cards. There's also a bad boss card, and if you get stuck with it at the end of the game, you lose everything. And this giveaway is going to be for the Executive Pledge, which comes with a core game and all stretch goals. And to enter this giveaway, all you have to do is leave a comment with the hashtag BadBoss2 and just hit that like button if you've ever had a bad boss. And let's just see how high that number gets. And the last giveaway we have is for a game called Annapurna, and it plays 2 to 4 players and takes about 30 minutes to play. And this is a game all about mountain climbing where players are going to be incorporating tactics, memory, and a bit of chaos. This game features some take that elements to affect the other players in the game, and you're going to want to find a balance as you reach the top of the mountain while you leave no trace behind. As a nice little bonus, this game also features an alternative rule set for a cooperative mode. And this giveaway is going to be for the Extra Pocket Pledge, which comes with the core game, a carrying pouch, and access to one of 3 how to play live streams. And to enter this giveaway, all you have to do is leave the hashtag Annapurna down in the comment section below, and let me know, are you the type of person that prefers to climb a mountain, or would you rather be snowboarding or skiing down the mountain? Or do you just hate mountains? And that's all I have for you this week. But first, let's draw our winner for last week's contest, which was for the 2 decks pledge for the Blue Rings, a custom deck for the card game Scat. And to draw a winner, I use this fancy tool here, and all these extra names down here are bonus entries for my Patreon subscribers. If you like this sort of content and you want to support the channel, definitely check out my Patreon because it's really the best way to show your support. And with that said, let's draw a winner. And the winner is Hysteria of the Stars. And this was actually drawn from one of the Patreon subscribers, so the system works. Congratulations, and I will reach out to you to get this all sorted out. Good luck in the contest, and until next time, keep that shelf cluttered and the table full.